And welcome back to the Smite Pro League. Our first set of the day now concluded with a 3-game set between the Highland Ravens and the Jade Dragons. We move into our second of 3 sets of the day. Gilded Gladiators and the Atlantis Leviathans now squaring off. Both these teams have yet to be able to find a win so far in this phase. We'll see which one will be the one to claim their first dub today. Let's take a look at the schedule and the standings, though.
Through and through, but has not been a solo lane pick at all here in Season 10.
Oh, he can't
inbound
move.
As he body blocked. Oh, it's perfect. From the Atlantis Leviathans, and it's a turn and burn from Zap and Rongyu. And that is simple. It's hard to set up, but it's made to look easy.
Fine, okay, more so. Really is just creating space by dedicating his body.
Whoa,
Bobby,
no.
You all right?
Bobby's the one who's in trouble, and the Scarab's
He's not
blessing
good, dude. Oh, no.
will delay, but delay is all he'll be able to do.
So successful that I'm not certain Scary D's had a second blue buff this game.
Stewart's not even going to get a chance to steal this, and the Leviathans now extend what is already a healthy lead, 3,500 in both gold and experience. However, game 1 is looking that way. Pyromancer pulled by 3 of the Gilded Gladiators and confirmed, but it's full disengage. Inbound left to the Wolves, won't even use or might not have gotten the chance to use Scarab's Blessing. Scary D was behind the Leviathans a moment ago. Will rejoin the rest of his team, but Fino K has done the same. Damage on to Fino, but this is the issue with being on the other side of the team fight. It's going to force out Scarab's Blessing. Big piece of utility missing from the fight, but a carry missing from the Leviathans. That man run down, and it's Kirmi who opens things up here. Is there enough, though, in this fight for the Leviathans to keep going?
Fine.
Seems to be for now. Fino K steps forward. In the back of the fight, Rongyu gets chased out by Scary D, and it's actually a great fight for the Gilded Gladiators. Both soul laners were on opposite sides of the engagement. Maybe low enough health bars for the Leviathans to do something.
Kirmi trying his best to create space, but nothing gained. The Gilded Gladiators reset the Fury. The Leviathans showing presence. Just enough. Everybody too low. Snoopy much too low to stick around. Fino K put on a whole lot of damage in that fight. I thought he'd done enough to turn things around. So chooses, but tower's already low. Leviathan's already grouped.
Adapting's got a great route behind here.
Oh,
no, Snoopy.
Can't do it twice.
It's going to get locked down by Fino K, and that's where, I mean, even if it's not a shadow lock, it's a silence that's preventing a lot of disengage, and man, Gilded Gladiators, they're going to get chased down here. Scary D's in a really bad spot. Wild Hunt used. Hits its target. Scary D tanky enough, though.
It's just walking out.
Might just delay this kill, and instead it's Inbound who switches sides, and Inbound lives. And it could have been so much worse.
That are close enough. Can't be Stu.
15.
Need to buy some
He's
time.
He's not going to have his snipes. Kirmi's around the backside.
Oh, they got
Runic
it.
Bomb.
The
Oh, what happens is that threw a Runic Bomb, and it's a Kirmi. The dice roll doesn't work for the Leviathans. And the umbrella from Kirmi shields his squad from a massive blow early in game 1. The Leviathans had all the damage but the last bit, and it's the jungler officially opened up. Now, the Gilded Gladiators have been in these moments before, where they've wrestled control back of games. Remember, could have gone 3 during that kickoff tournament. But this is where the Gilded Gladiators have had trouble. Their sieges have fallen just a bit short. It looks like this one is going to as well.
Wow.
Shinto burns through Scary D, and Inbound
Not over.
might not fare much better. A double for the Merlin, and a knock-up from Snoopy. Does not avoid the stun.
Wow.
Leviathans have rolled right back into this game.
We're on defense, though. The Gladiators aren't thinking about whether or not they can step up. They're thinking
about
finishing up the tower.
No way. We're just going to run the same play back. Crushing
way.
Oh, the stun from Fino. Goodbye, Snoopy. You thought you were safe, but you're not. Because Fino K's back on the King Arthur. Now we're tower diving a tier 2. Kirmi sends a few crits in, but it's 1 for 3. Getting some payback onto Shinto, and Adapting has made his way right back into this game.
Lacking confidence. You can never accuse them of cowardice. Perhaps a bit of pride. Perhaps a bit of ego, but avarice maybe. Definitely not cowardice.
They're not letting the game happen to them. Unfortunately, that is what's likely to happen throughout the rest of this game. Stewart is forced into his ultimate. Now suddenly the base defense from the Gladiators looking a bit better. Fino K takes a whole heap of damage. Snoopy's still dead for 15 seconds. A silence out from Rongyu. Shadow Lock doesn't hit, but Kirmi's got ult once more. Great route from Inbound, and that actually sets up an okay fight for the Gilded Gladiators. that interplay between inbound and well, assuming it then turns into a team fight.
And it is.
Which is exactly what's
happening. It's happened. Snoop, why are you so far up?
Man, this is now, if Snoopy dies here, it's the third time in a row
it's
happened.
again.
It's a double stun from Fine OK, but Kirmi solos out Shinto, who is not with the rest of his team.
So had Driving Strike connected. Wouldn't have taken him too far. Grabbed again, but Scary takes no damage.
Oh, Fine OK's in the back. Fine OK has found Snoopy, and Fine OK takes him up and places him back down, but the beads are off of this Hebo, and so is the Crushing Wave. Snoopy gonna be so limited now in the remainder of this fight. But Kirmi steps forward, and he's got Shinto in his eyes, but Shinto turns the tables, and Shinto somehow lives, and there's no snipes.
No.
And the Scarab's Blessing delayed a double kill from Adapting, and the team fight has gone all sorts of sideways for the Gladiators, and the razor-thin margins, all in favor of the Leviathans, who get it. And a Runic Bomb. We've seen teams slow around some of these Phoenixes, but there's only 2 members of the Gilded Gladiators alive. Chunk some damage away from the bird. Adapting, winning the initial poke fight against Kirmi. Fine OK is taking a little bit of damage, half HP on this Titan. Or for auto attacks, drops the left side Phoenix so early. Fire Giant, half HP, no Runic Bombs here, so could be steal potential if the Excavate or inbound makes their way in time, and no, that fizzles out. Excavate's actually way late in this fight. Scared E senses he's got to use it, but Kirmi, free entrance into the backline of the Leviathans, but has the Vavana been dealt with? Sure has, and Snoopy has not been able to turn the tables on the initiators of the Levi's. Inbound's got a Scarab's Blessing, and he will stay in place.
He's
EFG +2, and 99% of Snoopy. The Leviathans looking to close out game 1.
The Gladiators didn't defend the base, and they didn't all in on the fire. It was a halfway call that cost them this team fight and potentially the entirety of the match. Leviathan stepping forward.
Fine OK has just been unbelievable. Snoopy does a lot of damage.
Whoa!
And is it enough? Scared E goes back in. Snipes from Stu. Won't be enough either, and it's a flashy moment from the Gladiators. Doesn't make a difference. The Leviathans, thank you for keeping my fantasy points alive there. Leviathan's considering a dive onto the fountain, but Stewart remains spotless at 1-0-1.
Gladiators find that value from the Aphrodite pick. Can they take us to game number 3? Before we can get there, though, we've got to make it through game number 2. We'll throw it to the casters.
That's right, and the Gilded Gladiators get a bit spicy in their picks and bans for game number 2. And Miff, some of the shortcomings of this Gilded Gladiators draft were Snoopy getting jumped on a whole lot.
Could be. Got to hit level 2, though, to share some of that sustain. Shinto had plenty of experience with this last match, just getting bullied out by Kirmi. Continues to do so here.
Adapting dashes through, gets stunned, gotta be first blood, and it is. The pathing there so interesting. He was out and then decided to go back through the Gilded Gladiators over in mid.
Yeah, I think Adapting tries to clear wave while Kirmi's accosting Shinto. Realizes that his wave had been pulled away. Bobby, what happened? What?
No, but Rangyu's gonna get traded out. He's still level 1. And so Stewart will dash forward, and Kirmi being here sends it right back here from Fine OK.
No ult.
No ultimate, though. You're right. Could be a 3 versus 3. Over on left. Adapting, stunned. My goodness. Stewart set up so much of that. Could confirm it here for Scary D, and there's no immediate counter gank from Kirmi. Axe gets used. Adapting taunts in Scary. It actually could get a lot worse. Scary D again, without ultimate, is in some serious trouble. Not only doesn't get his blue, but gets handed a death. And Miff, it's a pull on the Gold Fury on the other side of the map, and this should be it for the Gilded Gladiators. No rotation from the Leviathan. Okay, starting to warm up a bit here on this set. The King Arthur looked incredible, Miff. It was a vintage Fine OK King Arthur game in game number 1, but can you match that? What?
What?
You're wincing at me.
I didn't wince.
Yes, you did.
I was smirking. I was happy.
Was it not a really good
No,
King
I was just
Arthur
thinking it was funny that you said vintage, you know, that's all.
Yeah, because we haven't seen King Arthur in forever.
It's
so
true.
It's classic for
fair
Fine
enough.
OK. Shoves Kirmi aside. Is Fine OK, and he's in trouble now. Double silence.
Vintage.
All right. You want to solo cast this?
No, dude.
Yeah, I didn't think so. That's a kill from the Gilded Gladiators on to Fine OK, but it cost them 3 of their ultimates. Now 4 is inbound. Use the Undying Love in an attempt to escape. Wonder if that opens up some freedom around this Pyromancer for the Leviathan.
Adapting starts his rotation back as well, but Gladiators got the numbers advantage.
They do. Not the ultimate advantage, though. That goes to the Leviathans. Inbound, sent back. Shinto's got a lot of damage to pull in this fight, and adapting will finish off the kill, but it's wrong. You left alone. 3-man push from Final K. It's Vintage on the Hercules. Scary D now left running. This is where the Gilded Gladiators may fall apart. It's a 1-for-3 trade, and a 3-man push from Fino sets it all up.
Fury. That relic gone for the next 160 seconds.
Ooh.
Very susceptible.
Wrong, you blocked from getting a root. Scary D makes his way back to lane and didn't make much of a difference, but a nice play. Stun's not in from Zapman. Adapting still in on the chase. Again, individual picks costing the Leviathans right now. They keep clawing themselves back into the game. Snoopy pushed back by Fine. Okay, there's a beads awaiting around the corner. Zapman cannot step forward. 5v5. Feels like they've been doing some good damage and hoping that the numbers less lopsided. Back off used once more, but back in go the Gladiators. Adapting and Shinto at flip sides with the Gladiators initiation. Scary D shoved against the tower, and Fine OK is relentless. It's another push-pull combo, and this time hands over a kill on the Scary D. These mid-lane towers have been a wasteland for the Gilded Gladiators. And here in game 2, potentially no different. One more on a Snoopy. What do you call it, Myth?
That's
from
vintage.
Fine OK, 1-1-5.
Oh, he's looking like a 1930s coat, Dave. He's so vintage. Oh my God.
A 1910 Sauvignon Blanc from the valleys of California.
Are we sponsored? Can you call that out? Is that real even?
It's a wine thing.
Oh, I don't know.
It's a vintage wine.
That's not anime. That's not me. So, I like this call from the Gladiators, but they need to play careful. These pulls have been detrimental.
Fine, okay, stunned. It doesn't really matter. Blinks have found Snoopy, and the Anubis has lived all game long, but that's changed in the last couple minutes. Except for Shinto, he's able to live. Both mid laners being dove, but it's actually Shinto and Zap, the two carries, bonded in this team fight, sending all the damage back to the Gladiators. And my goodness, it goes nowhere. And the Atlantis Leviathans have found life in game 2.
The Gilded Gladiators fly a little too close to the sun, trying to keep up their aggression, but it's the Leviathans who just have the better team fight. It wasn't even a true 5-on-5. It was a separate 3v2 on either side. But the dive of the Leviathans has more success. The back line of the Leviathans, similarly, has more success.
Oh, no.
A fight in the jungle. Maybe a tier 2 siege. Wrong stunned, but escapes the damage.
Is this really a good idea? That's the question. Have the Gladiators baited themselves in? Scary D sure has. He'll die. No, he won't. Yes, he will. Shinto flickers forward. Kirmi. Again, it's the Vamana's worked. When there's a little bit of help, he's just not been able to get any kills in the back line. The Gladiators think they have an opening, but in reality, they're just creating one for the Leviathans. Inbound tossed aside. And one more over to Shinto on this. That man nearly caught off guard. Actually, I think took the Aegis away from Zap. Luckily, there's a fountain just behind if he needs it. Scary D has to step forward. Oh my God! What is the chunk damage on the Scary D?
He's surely fine.
0-6 on the chalk. Myth, you were saying you're not a fan of it. Maybe this is why. Feel better about your decisions.
Oh man!
And Zapman on a triple has sealed the deal on this game. A quad from Zapman. Stu, my 80 kill. You won't get it. Shinto's on a rampage. 5 kills in the game for Shinto. And Zapman nearly had 5 in a row. That's vintage from Zap as well, who was around in 1910. Drinking that one we were talking about. 4 kills to end this game. The Gilded Gladiators, they'll fall, and the Leviathans will grab their first win of the year.
Leviathans a bit back in form here, clearly. I mean, that is a convincing win, and in the market or in the race for one of the fastest.